What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Houston Rockets, and we're going to be looking at draft prospects that will fit perfectly with this team, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, when I look at the Houston Rockets, I see a team that's filled with young talent, and they showcased a lot of bright spots in their previous season, and I think the brightest spot on this team is the backcourt of Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green. I think the Houston Rockets should be building around those two guys, and I think they have the potential to be a very dynamic duo and one of the best backcourts in the NBA. They're both very talented, very skilled, and they're probably going to have the ball in their hands a lot. So I think the Houston Rockets should look to add some front court depth, add a guy that can make a quick move with the basketball in their hands, don't need to hold on to it for too long, can shoot the three ball, and then they can play some defense. And I think the Houston Rockets, I think they hit the jackpot with the number 3 pick, because there's a couple of different guys they have at their availability to do that. And one guy that's outside the top 3 of Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, Paolo, Banchero, everybody has those 3 guys going top 3, but I think there's one guy that everybody is sleeping on, and that's Keegan Murray out of Iowa. And I think this guy is going to be at least top 5. And what I like about him is that his game is very smooth, it's very quiet, but he gets the job done. And when you look at Keegan Murray college stats, they were actually crazy. He averaged 24 points a game, 9 rebounds, and then his efficiency was ridiculous, 55% from the field and then 40% from the three-point line. And when you look at his game, his skill set, he makes a lot of bread and butter down in the low post. He gets a lot of points down there. And then also he can shoot the 3 ball at a very high clip, and that's something that the Houston Rockets will love. A guy that can finish around the rim, hit threes, and then the best part about Keegan Murray's game for the Houston Rockets will be his prowess on the defensive side of the ball. Keegan Murray has size and length. He's 6'8", and then he's a very versatile defender. He can switch out basically 1 through 5, and he can make life very tough for whoever he's guarding. And then also something I read while reading his draft profile is that this guy he has the potential to be a very good small ball center in this league, and we know with the direction that the league is going in, you're going to have to go small sometimes. And I just think Keegan Murray, he's going to give the Houston Rockets, he's going to open up a lot of different opportunities for them and allow them to be very versatile. So I think Keegan Murray will at least go top 5, and I think this should be a guy that the Houston Rockets should keep their eye on, because he's a guy that doesn't really need the ball that much, but whenever he touches the ball, he's really effective with it. Now, when we get to the top 3, and I think we look at a guy like Jabari Smith, I think out of the Houston Rockets, out of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Orlando Magic, I think the perfect match for Jabari Smith would be the Houston Rockets. But we know it's a very slim chance of Jabari Smith sliding down to number 3. But him on the Houston Rockets, I think that will actually be perfect. You look at Jabari Smith, 6'10", and what made him so special and so unique in college is his ability to shoot the 3 ball, and not just catch and shoot threes, but something that's really crazy about him is when he's running off screens or running off a pin down, basically the screen on the block, you run up to the top of the key or to the wing, and it's really rare for a guy his size to catch and turn and shoot the 3 ball that quickly. It made him really hard to guard. And then also he has, so right now if Jabari Smith was to come into the league, he's going to be a solid 3-and-D player right off the bat. And then also his upside is probably somebody like Paul George, Kevin Durant, those taller players in the league that can put the ball on the floor and just be an ultra scorer. And when you watch Jabari Smith in college, whenever he gets in rhythm or whenever he's really feeling it, he can put the ball on the floor. He can hit you with a bunch of different dribble moves, and then he can get into that mid-range, and his release point is so high that it's virtually unstoppable. And then also he can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim, and he usually doesn't hold on to the ball for that long, which you gotta love about players like that. And then he can finish at the rim. And what I love about him is his defense. He's really great on defense. 6'10", very long arms, very long wingspan, so he's going to be disruptive just by giving a minimum amount of effort. But Jabari Smith is known for playing defense, and him, just like Keegan Murray, he's very versatile. He can guard 1 through 5. He's going to be very switchable, and I just think him alongside Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green, he's going to make life a lot easier for them just by being a three-point threat. And then vice versa, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. being aggressive, getting downhill to the rim is going to open up a lot of opportunities for Jabari Smith. So I think Jabari Smith will be perfect with the Houston Rockets. And then we get to the one where it seemed like the Houston Rockets, where their fans are split up on. Some fans like the idea of Paolo Banchero, some of them don't. And me personally, I think it could work. I think it would be a really great match offensively. I think that would be really fun to watch with Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. in the backcourt, and then Sengun and Banchero in the front court. They will be down there. That would be some Showtime basketball. All those guys are very fun to watch in their own unique way. But the only problem with this fit will be is the defense. And Pablo Banchero, he's not known for being a good defender in college, and then Sengun is he's just a little bit slow-footed. So I'm pretty sure Paolo Banchero, he said he plans on slimming down before the NBA, and you can't rule out a guy that's that athletic and that quickly. I feel like if he put a lot of effort into the defensive side of the ball, he could be very solid at it. But offensively, I think they will be, specifically looking at Sengun and Banchero, I think they will be very, very fun to watch with each other together. They both are playmakers in their own different ways. We know Sengun, he can pass out of that post like no other, and then also he's really good on the low block, and I think they could do a great job of playing off of each other. And Banchero, now he didn't shoot the 3-ball that well in college, but looking at his form and his mechanics, I think it's something that he could work on. I think by the time the NBA starts, his first season or his second season, he could definitely be a player that you won't be leaving wide open from the 3-point line. So, and then not only that, but Banchero, he's a playmaker. He can play, I feel like he can play off the ball or on the ball with the pick and roll. I feel like he can run the pick and roll. I feel like he can be the guy setting the pick for a guy like Jalen Green or Kevin Porter Jr. And I think with a guy that's that talented, he's 6'8", 250 pounds. He has that rare speed, that rare combination of speed, strength, and athleticism. I think there's going to be a bunch of different ways for the Houston Rockets to utilize him. And I think the biggest worry of that fit would be on the defensive side of the ball. But I think on offense, that would be some really great basketball to see. And then I know I haven't brought up this guy yet, and it's Chet Green. And I think Chet Green, while everybody is not sold on him, is because of how the history of the game of basketball goes. Usually in the NBA, the tall, skinnier 7-footers, they don't last that long in the league, and that's everybody's biggest worry with Chet Holmgren. And just to bring up an example, look at a guy like Kevin Durant. A lot of people believe he's 7 feet tall. He's 34 years of age, suffered a lot of injuries, and KD is so great that he's been to multiple All-Star selections. He's won the MVP, 2 championships. But the thing is, do you want to risk on Chet Holmgren being as great as Kevin Durant? So that's the risk there. And I love Chet Holmgren's game, and I think he would be a really good fit on the Houston Rockets because he can shoot the 3-ball, he can protect the rim, he's pretty mobile, and then also offensively, he can do a little bit of everything. He can set screens and roll. He can put the ball on the floor himself and create some plays. So it would be really interesting to see him on the Rockets. But I think Keegan Murray and Jabari Smith, some guys like that, guys that when they get the ball, they make their moves quickly and they're really effective with it. I think that would be perfect for the Houston Rockets because they're also two-way players as well. But that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.